Well, it's the morning after in Boston. I think a lot of Army fans are sleeping in a little bit today. We were at a kind of a little party in the lobby of the hotel in Boston, and wow, a day for the ages. Just walking around Fenway Park in Boston now. Remember the time Army played Navy in baseball here? What a night that was. That was in 2018, I believe. And but what a day for Army football. They beat Navy 6 of the last 8 games after losing 14. Well, are trying to forget that period. Great football, but just always coming up a little short. And now beating Navy 6 out of the last 8 games. So this one got down on the wire. Took a huge defensive play. Navy had first and goal on the 6-yard line. About a minute to play, and Army defense held them. Some great plays. Caleb Fortner, Leo Lone, the inside linebackers. I mean, the guys up front, you don't see them because they got buried in the pile every play. And then the 4th and 2. That being able to stop Navy on that play. Apparently, I mean, it was just a mass of humanity. I never saw the ball. Couldn't see the ball in the replay. Army got the call. Stopping that goal line stand. We were talking with Bryson Daly after the game, and he said the pass to Tyson Riley was improvised. When do you hear that? Riley, I was standing right behind the end zone, could see it perfectly. Riley, the tight end, normally a fullback, goes all the way out a foot from the sideline, and they may have thought he was running off the field. But nobody covered him. He stops, gets him his set, and Daly sees him and calls for the snap as fast as he can. Turns, throws it to him, perfect throw. Riley catches it. One of the Navy defenders was running over there and tried to tackle him, but failed. And Tyson Riley got Army's touchdown there. And what a play by Caleb Fortner on the strip of Ty Levitai. Levitai just made a mistake, had left the ball out. Coach Munkin talks about ball management all the time. I'm sure Coach Newberry does too. But let Fortner grab it. I mean, he literally grabbed the ball and went in. He had to run 40 yards for a touchdown. I forgot it was that long a run, but what a job. And then, of course, Quinn Moretzky, 47-yard field goal at the end of the half. How important was that? Made it a 2-score game about most of the second half. And, so great day. Personally, there's some great moments. Before the game, I saw General Brown, the new chairman of the Joint Chiefs, on the sideline. And I just went up and said hello to him and congratulated him on his appointment. We saw him out at the Air Force Academy. But what a great officer taking over for General Milley. I said to him, I'm glad that you're in charge of the U.S. military. You get moments like that covering Army football. Meet some of the great leaders of our country. Now Army's going to go to the White House. They're going to get the White House invitation. Should be in early May. When I went with the team, I didn't go with the team. I got myself in to the Rose Garden ceremonies in 2018 and 2019 for the Commander-in-Chief Trophy. There's that Fenway Park sign in the background. They built a new music hall here since, last time I was here. They filled in this block that's beyond the right field fence. Kind of a big triangular block, and they filled it in very nicely. But that should be around the first week of May, depending on, it's all about the president's schedule. But last time I went, I kind of got in through connections with the American Legion. And, I went in the reporter's entrance, which was remarkable. And then team got in the front door on the first floor, got in the Oval Office, and I'm sure they'll get that treatment again. Also, that year they had a pep rally after they had lunch and a pep rally at the Pentagon. So I'll see if that happens again. But congratulations, Coach Munkin. I hear he got a bonus for winning the Commander-in-Chief trophy. So nice to spend time with Coach. I was in the press conference. You got the video. I'll put the links to it. Just talked to his mom, Nancy Munkin. She's kind of the team's grandmother. Sadly, she lost her husband this year, Mike Munkin, high school football coach in Illinois. Sad for Coach and the whole family. But boy, have they been great to me. Many of you know what happened this past October. My wife was hit by a car when jogging. Always wear reflective clothes when you're out on the street at night or early morning. And if you're driving, be extra careful all the time. We're going to try and get a campaign on that going. Working with the mayor of White Plains, just said he's seen too many accidents. I mean, one accident is too many, but everybody at West Point's been so good. And everybody around my life has been very good, our family's life. From the schools, Providence, Iona, companies, especially Brown & Brown where Kerry worked. So I can't say thank you enough. But explain to people that right after Kerry's funeral, which was on a Wednesday, Thursday night I flew out to Colorado to cover Army's practice at the University of Colorado on a Saturday. No, it was on the Friday, excuse me. And then the game on Saturday. We'd already set up, my family lives in Colorado Springs, so we'd already set it up as kind of a family get-together since the summer. And boy, did the team embrace me at the practice. Coach Munkin came over, did an interview. They never do interviews the day before a game. And did talk with Bryson Daly and Jimmy Charlo, a couple others. Talked to Father Matt Polakowski, the Catholic chaplain at West Point, for about 20 minutes on the sideline. So Deion Sanders came out to practice and then in the game. So, the Army football had a tough stretch. Going Syracuse and playing well, but short. And then BC, game they might have won. And then Troy playing a very tough team. And then going down to LSU. Glad I didn't see that game. But I want to compliment Champ Harris for playing, taking his lumps, and learning from the experience of being on a big stage and seeing what a top 10 college football team looks like and how to play quarterback against it. I'm sure all year and all summer he will think about playing, how he can play against a team at that level. I saw Champ after the game, and we were in the lobby doing a video after a practice. I think around Thanksgiving week maybe. And I was in the lobby. The players are going for study hall. And so Champ stopped and came over and greeted me, offered condolence. And what a nice gesture by a freshman. Shows poise. Well, that's what kind of people go to West Point. So, just heading back to talk about rain, but it's nice out. It's almost partly cloudy. So we'll see, but it's we understand the Commander-in-Chief trophy will embark from Colorado Springs. I know Army would send the truck out there to pick it up if necessary. And be brought back to West Point. The last time they won it in 2020, well, that was an odd year. But years before that, they had presented in the mess hall at dinner and have a huge celebration for the Corps of Cadets bringing it in. And I imagine they will do something like that again. Hopefully we'll get invited to cover that, and be fun. It's great when you're playing college football for a trophy. You know, you're not just playing because you're going to make your athletic department a big check. And of course, we were branch night for 35 of the seniors. All were assigned branches in the U.S. Army, from infantry to field artillery to armor, cyber, medical, transport, all those different vital parts of serving in the U.S. Army. So anyway, just a couple of thoughts. The day after Army beat Navy 17-11, real odd score. I wonder who had that in pools. I'm wondering what the TV viewership was last night. That game went down to the wire. Game was on the line, and great atmosphere at Gillette Stadium. Beautiful place. Kraft family went overboard. I mean, just a meal in the press room. They had clam chowder, and they had steak for lunch, and they had lobster rolls. You don't usually get meals at that level. But, and I get the chance. I decided to stay on the field for most of the game. Watched the whole first half on the field. Watched General Lloyd Austin walk across, be escorted, which is a tradition of the Army-Navy game as a senior representative of the administration. And then watched the third quarter from the press box and went back. Found my little spot, kneeling on the end zone. I mean, I always pinch myself that I get these opportunities to cover the team, have that access. I just sat, I set up my little office 2 yards from the end zone in the south end of the stadium, and tried to take notes. I knew I wouldn't have to do as much of the press conference. There'd be a lot of reporters there, which there were. So sometimes I really work to take very precise notes so I can ask questions of all the players they may bring in. And so just walking back towards the hotel, and it's wonderful. So many college memories from this area. I went to Providence, and we'd come up here for games at Fenway Park, and one time I had dinner at the top of the Hub restaurant after a game, Providence hockey game at Boston University. When I was at Providence, I got started in all this by covering Providence hockey when Lou Lamoriello was a hockey coach. And Dave Gavitt was the athletic director. And Providence was just doing amazing things for a very small endowment school. They had tremendous leadership, and still have an impact on college sports today from Dave Gavitt and Lou Lamoriello. So if I have mentors in this field, it's from those two gentlemen. And I can't forget my friend John Tracy, who's here ahead of me, who was from Ireland, a cross-country runner. And he ended up winning a silver medal for Ireland in the 84 Olympics in a star-studded field. His first marathon he ever did. And what a good friend John Tracy has been to me. Quick story on him. One day we're walking to class in the afternoon, and I say, "John, I haven't seen you in a while." And he said he's been traveling. I said, "Okay, where'd you go?" And he said, "Went to Europe." "Okay. What'd you do in Europe?" And he said he ran a race. And I asked him, "Okay, what was the race?" He says, "The World Cross Country Championship." "Okay, that's great. How'd you do?" He said he won the race. He actually won it 3 times. And unassuming, humble guy. He's been running amateur sports in Ireland for quite a number of years. So anyway, we're getting back to Boston. Hope you're enjoying my little talk. What else? You know, what we videoed the march-ons. They're tremendous. And then we talked to Martijn van der Wal, the first captain of West Point, after he finished. And that's what's nice, you know. As people at West Point know, I try to get to everything I can. And you meet the people. And we talked to Martijn after he was announced as the first captain in August. And I saw him at branch night. And so, I saw him on the sideline. I said, Martijn, can we do a quick interview? So, 5 minutes after he walked off the field leading nearly 4,000 members of the Corps of Cadets and the famed March On, we got a chance to do about a little over a minute interview. And we appreciate that. So many other things, being on the field for the national anthem, and then the entrance of the team. We have the video out. I gotta make sure I get the video out on that one. And then tsunami before the game started until the kickoff. I mean, the amount of energy in this place is amazing. There's nothing like the Army-Navy game. I've been to 2 Super Bowls. They don't compare as far as the game day. Super Bowls, you get invited to the pregame parties the NFL hosts. Well, those are pretty nice, pretty special. You never know what Hall of Famer you'll run into. But as far as the game, the Army-Navy game is amazing. And anyway, thanks for watching. I think I'm going to do more of this. I have a friend who does a lot of these walk around and talk videos. And what a beautiful morning it's actually turning out in Boston. It's supposed to rain heavily later, but sun's out. I mean, not sun's out, but it's actually just scattered clouds. Anyway, have a great day. We are so appreciative of the chance to cover Army football. If anybody wants to help us, let us know. Send me a line. That's both wannabe broadcasters. We consider ourselves a broadcasting club. But we also can use any sponsorships. The New York Yankees are a sponsor this year. How good is that? Debbie Time and our friends at the Yankees. They have something coming up. I can't tell you about it, but if you're watching the press, you may have heard about a project the Yankees are working on. And one of those schools in the Midwest, which will go nameless. So, anyway, have a good one. Good to talk. Thanks for listening. Thank you, God, for giving me the chance to cover Army football. And anyways, have a good one. Take care. Ken Kraetzer for CaMMVets Media. We cover cadets, midshipmen, the military veterans proudly since 2008. And now we've covered 6 wins over Navy. Have a good day.